With digital photography and Photoshop mainstream, it's rare that you actually hear about someone actually still using a darkroom. Mackenzie Wilson takes us to one where a Bend artist is very busy.
Natasha Bacca spends a lot of her time in the dark. But before you go getting your weird ideas, she's a painter. She just doesn't use any brushes.
And I'm just going to kind of splash these colors around in different areas.
I'm not going to keep you in the dark any longer. Natasha uses photo paper as her canvas. And then she has these little itty bitty things that kind of look like flashlights, and those are what she uses as brushes.
It's challenging for people to understand, and it's challenging for me to explain. So visuals are very helpful, and I can talk about the science behind it. I can talk about the silver halide and how it's reacting, and that still doesn't necessarily translate.
So here's what I got figured out. The photo paper she uses is super sensitive to light, so that's why she's always in the dark. To get all the different designs on the paper, Natasha uses props, so she puts things like wine glasses, wine bottles, and flowers on top of a piece of glass that go on top of the paper. What's the oddest thing you've ever used in a painting?
The oddest thing? That's a great question. Well, I have this great dead bird. I have to show it to you since you asked. This bird I found outside of the studio one day. He was already decomposed, so he wasn't, stinky or anything. I found him in the spring, and I think he'd been there all winter. So I've used him in a few pieces. He doesn't move a whole lot, but I've been enjoying using him. So where is he?
So he kind of has an afterlife then.
Exactly.
If you're like me, you're probably wondering, but how does she get all those colors on the paper? I'll let her explain.
So with photography, we are working with the subtractive color system. A lot of people are more familiar with the additive color system, like with painting. So you have red, yellow, blue. With photography, we're working with magenta, cyan, and yellow. But because the photo paper is designed for a negative, I am using the opposite color. So if I want to have some red in my image, I am using a cyan-colored light or a cyan-colored filter to get that color.
And you've probably seen one of her most recognizable pieces over and over in Bend and not even known it. If you've ever been on a Deschutes Brewery tour, you'll end up right here in the Jubal Ale Label Hall of Fame. And in 2010, Natasha, she made the bottle. Natasha's artwork is all over the world. It's hanging up in homes and offices and hospitals. And in a digital age where everything is photoshopped, I think it's pretty cool she does this with just her own two hands.